All right, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets, who ultimately lose another football game. I have to say, listen, we can blame a lot of things about the Jets. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is one of them. I thought he played really well in this football game, and ultimately, kind of due to things that weren't really his fault, ultimately lose it right here. So, yeah, let's just get into it. It's going to be mostly a positive video here about Rodgers. I thought he played very well. So, yeah, let's jump into it. Let's start off with this play. So what's going to happen here is it's going to be a design screen pass, actually, to the running back right here. But watch what happens. Rodgers is going to take the snap. He runs the play action, then looks to get the ball back to the halfback. But it's just not really in a good situation. There's Bills players kind of all over it. So great defense here by Buffalo. And now for the Jets, what do you do? For most quarterbacks, this is when you get sacked, or maybe you can throw the ball away. Really, that's I think what you would usually advise is just throw it into the dirt right in front of your halfback. You have an eligible receiver right there. It's not the end of the world. But watch Rodgers decide not to do that. He actually finds his tight end, who was, I'm not sure if this was an option on this play, because you will sometimes have these options, but I don't think it was, just given how he reacted. I think he was just there to block. Rodgers just found him, and they were able to turn a negative play into a positive play. That's pretty incredible stuff right there. So Rodgers' improvisation was definitely a factor here. This play being another good example of exactly that, where this time it's going to be a zone coverage concept here for the Bills. And what's interesting is that Garrett Wilson's route, which is going to ultimately be the route to talk about, although we'll get more onto it later, it's just kind of a simple route trying to get into a gap in coverage over there. But Rodgers isn't looking on that side of the field. He's looking towards the other side of the field. Watch as he takes a snap, looks towards his left right here, and nothing is really open. He could maybe try to force something, but I think it's for the best to not here, even if it is a 3rd and goal. Doesn't love what he sees, but the nice thing is he does have room in front to step up, and that's what he's going to do. Rodgers steps up and is going to make this off-balance throw, which, again, over the course of Rodgers' career, you just see him throw off balance and just assume it's going to be just as good as if he has his feet planted because he's Aaron Rodgers. But in this situation, again, he's getting up there in age, coming off an Achilles injury. Does he still have the accuracy to throw off balance? Well, I think we know the answer. Absolutely, yes, he does. Really good throw. A weird catch there by Garrett Wilson. It almost looked like he was trying to keep his feet off of the ground with how he did that, but still ultimately did get his feet back on the ground before, just going out of bounds, despite what the ref said. So really good stuff there by Rodgers and by Wilson. Over here, the Jets were definitely making an effort to get the running game going, and part of it was because the Bills, they like to play their safeties deep. So on this play, those are 2 safeties. That safety is going to drop back into coverage, and the Jets don't want this. They want to be able to push the ball down the field on occasion, so they have to get the Bills out of this coverage. Well, how do you do that? Well, watch how they're going to give Breece Hall the ball here, and they block it well enough that he's able to get to this spot, but it's not incredibly well blocked. So, okay, you have Breece Hall looking at the safety right here, but there was a Bills player who was able to win his one-on-one matchup. That's a difficult thing with running plays, right? Is you need all of your players to win their blocks. One guy misses it, or just one defender makes a good defensive play, and then you could be in trouble. Except watch Breece Hall. That's the way you can always get out of a situation like that, is have a running back who can make a move. That's what he does, and they end up getting an explosive play on that 2nd down and 10. So it's not just getting the Bills out of a certain coverage, but it's also just being able to move the ball down the field well. So, killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. Of course, we got to talk about this play. We got to talk about this play. The Hail Mary, no one can do it like Rodgers. Actually, I made a video just breaking down this specific play, but I'll talk about it here as well, because why not? There's 8 seconds left in the half. That has to be mentioned. And the Jets don't have any timeouts. So when you see how Buffalo is playing this, they have guys kind of over the middle. They have guys defending the sideline. They want to make sure on this play that they don't give up anything towards the sideline, because for the Jets, if they get 10 yards, well, they can try a long field goal, right? So they have time to do that, and I think that's what the Bills were expecting them to do. In fact, I wouldn't even be shocked if that's what the Jets were going to do had the Bills been lined up in a Hail Mary defense. So it's kind of one of those things where for the Jets, you show up if they're playing the sidelines, you throw a Hail Mary. If they're in a Hail Mary defense, then you play the sidelines. But also here, just a two-man rush, that was probably a mistake. Maybe overthinking it a bit here, because Rodgers has plenty of time to throw this. I mean, you see it right now. He's able to throw it not under pressure at all, which, like, okay, I know I just said earlier that Rodgers can make incredible throws off on, while under pressure. Still, a 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, I would like to have him be moving a little bit on a play like this if I'm the Bills. And watch this throw. I mean, again, it's really like, I don't know. It's almost like, you ever see someone who's like really good at cornhole, right? And like, it seems like every throw they make is just perfectly on the money. I feel like that's Aaron Rodgers with his Hail Marys. It's like he can do this easily, except instead of throwing it on a board, 20 feet away, he's throwing it on a, 50-yard football field. I also have to say, just again, keeping it paused right here, it feels like the Bills defender could have maybe tried to swipe this one down instead of going for the interception right here. But again, that's not to take away from what Allen Lazard is going to do. Watch him go up. He makes that grab. I mean, this is just really well done by the Jets. It does ultimately pop out, but he had the ball before it popped out. The ref that had the best angle was able to clearly show it. So even though it was kind of weird at the time, I was wondering if it was going to be another Hail Mary situation. Not this time. Just incredible stuff here. This play was a really good one by the Jets here, where it's going to be a play-action pass. You have Garrett Wilson running a route over the middle, because of course it's Garrett Wilson, right? He's your guy here, so sure, let's take a look in his direction. The Jets run this play action, which again, I think actually does a pretty good job of getting the linebackers out of position. The Bills playing this zone coverage, you can get them out of position. However, you see I think the corner for Buffalo doing a pretty good job at hanging with Garrett Wilson. This doesn't end up being wide open. However, watch again a really accurate throw there from Aaron Rodgers, which is just what you want to see, right? Being able to make a tough play, I would say, but make it look kind of easy. And getting these splash plays really do just make it so much easier for an offense to move down the field. And then this play, what's going to happen is, this is kind of a crazy one. It's a 3rd down and 11 right here. It's going to be a cover 2 zone that the Bills are in once again. And you see this route over the middle. And at first, it might not seem like it's a great route, right? Because can't the middle linebacker pretty easily just stay back there and cover this route? When this play begins, yes and no. The linebacker wasn't set up too far back right here, and plus this route is just much further past the 1st down marker, and because of this, his back is turned towards the quarterback. Rodgers is, people always say, oh, he plays it too safe. Rodgers is taking a chance right here. Rodgers is just throwing one up and saying, you know what? The linebacker can't really play the ball. My receiver can, and, it's Allen Lazard, who just clearly they have chemistry. Watch as Rodgers is able to make a really good throw, but also a really good catch there by Lazard. So, again, those two guys showing off their chemistry in a big play like this. Unfortunately, it led to another missed field goal for them, but still a really nice play here. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Again, he did have the interception at the end. I thought it was a good throw. I broke it down on a video on this channel, that clip itself. I didn't have an issue with Rodgers putting the ball down the field there on that one. Again, I thought he played well. Unfortunately for the Jets, it wasn't enough. I think that, we're kind of seeing that the Jets have bigger issues, and just adding Rodgers has kind of been as good as you could have asked for, I think, as a Jets fan. He had a bad game against Brian Flores, who hasn't. Other than that, done a lot of nice stuff, but it's not enough right now for the Jets, who are 2-4, and can't fire the head coach again. They got to figure something else out right now. At least that's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.